Snow is just starting to fall in La Crosse, and it's going to start continuing to move off to the north, giving everybody a little bit of a chance to see some light flurries as we go throughout the rest of the evening. Here we are in Sky Tracker. Again, already just passed over I-90 as we go into the next hour or so. Eau Claire and anywhere else near and along I-94, we'll start to see some of these flurries moving through. That's going to continue on into the early evening hours, starting to show some signs of lightening up near the I-90 corridor around 9-10 p.m. Maybe seeing a couple more light flakes after that, but largely the system will be off to the north. Really hugs near I-94 though for the next hours after midnight. A little bit of it turning to rain, but that's why we could see a couple more additional accumulation amounts as we go north of I-94. It's nice to keep in mind though that a lot of the snow is kind of that heavy slushier snowfall, so it's really been melting on contact, especially on the roadways, which is good for travel conditions. So those amounts are really staying to a little bit under a trace for areas south of I-90 as we go further north, seeing around 2 to 4 inches, likely staying on that smaller end though, especially with that melting to start. And then we have more rain moving in after that, and that rain will be falling right after the snow finishes, so it'll likely do some good work at washing a lot of the accumulation away as well. Here we are around 4 in the morning, seeing some steady showers north of I-90. If we take a broader view at it though, have some nice moderate to heavy rainfall just to our southeast, likely seeing some thunderstorms within this in the very early hours of the morning as well, but not really seeing it stretch into our area. We'll continue to see those isolated thunderstorms move just to our south as we go throughout the afternoon, but really we're going to stay mostly dry until we get a couple isolated chances move up as we go into the early evening hours. The main risk with any of these thunderstorms is really going to be some large hail. Otherwise, we're also going to see some stronger wind gusts with that as well, because they are going to have strong winds like we've seen today continuing on in tomorrow. All of that precipitation should be out of the way as we go into tomorrow evening, and will likely be dry for the next couple of days. So here's our rainfall totals going through tomorrow, starting this evening, seeing anywhere from about ½ an inch to possibly an inch in some of those isolated areas that could get some thunderstorm activity, seeing some higher amounts under there. Otherwise, just a nice healthy amount of rainfall. And those wind gusts are going to be staying strong throughout the night tonight. That's going to be our main concern as the snow is still falling. We could see some visibility issues with those winds blowing that snow around a little bit. And then going into tomorrow morning, still seeing very strong wind gusts around 35 to 40 miles an hour. Those will be increased as well if those thunderstorms pass through. You can see it right there. We can see some upticks in those wind gusts with thunderstorm activity, but by tomorrow evening, we should start to see the winds dying down a little bit. As for our lows tonight, we're staying just near freezing across the area, just cold enough to support some of that snowfall. And then we're going to be turning back to rain as our temperatures get a little bit warmer tomorrow. We're getting near or above normal for most of the area. Going to be tricky if we can see these 60s to the south, whether or not we get enough of a break in those rain and thunderstorm showers throughout the day. That'll be the telltale sign if we can reach the 60s. Otherwise, everybody else at least getting into the 50s for the day. We'll continue to warm slightly as we go towards the end of the week, getting into the mid-50s, but we won't really have as much rain and gloominess around. Breezier conditions as we go into the weekend with maybe a chance of a stray shower or two, but otherwise most of the week is looking a lot quieter than the last few days. Not really seeing any snow to go into the forecast either, so hopefully this is the last round of it, but
you never know. Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
we'll
not.
stay optimistic in the meantime. Thanks, Nicole.